Hello everyone, today we are here to talk about the biggest problems that Blitz has. Now, I know I've recently made a video on the Heavy's HP buff, but this replay, I did this match a couple of days ago, and yeah, it really shows off how stupid the Heavy's HP buff is. It's not the biggest match ever, it's just a regular match. But the thing that's going to happen that will make us win is just absurd. But anyways, as you can probably guess, Heavy's HP buff comes number 1. Heavies just have too many hit points, which makes them survive through stupid stuff, like what you guys are about to see. But while the replay plays, we are also going to talk about the servers. It seems that from update 6.0, I think it was update 6.0, from that update on, the servers became more unstable. Before that, it was very rare for a server to lag. But after that, yeah, it really became annoying. There was even one time, I think it was on update 6.6, where the servers were just unbearable. Like, I was streaming, and my internet was just fine, but still the servers were just so bad, you know? Yeah, and here it is. Here is the stupid part that I'm about to survive. We have a Vickers Light, the STB1, and over there, the D62A. Now, granted, two of them are one-shot, but I mean, I'm in a E100, I'm slow, and I have a rather big reload, which means that even though they are just one shot, they can still go around me, and that's what they are going to do. The D62A is going behind me, and now I'm getting shot by the STB, the D62A, and the Vickers. They're all shooting at me. And we get the STB. Vickers keeps shooting at us. Kaboom. Kaboom! Now why did I say kaboom? Because at this point, without the Heavy's HP buff, I would be dead. Just look at this. I would be dead right now, but don't worry, because I'm still going to completely smash the T62A and make Vickers Light run away. Now granted, it's stupid what Vickers Light is going to do, but anyways. So our light tank, which is the Sheridan, I think is going to die to the Batshot, I'm not sure. But either ways, these guys, I should be dead by now, and these guys should be moving towards the Sheridan. They would destroy the Sheridan, and then maybe they would kill the Kragwagon. But otherwise, I should not survive this. Just look at this. Kaboom. And now here's what the Vickers does wrong. First he goes with the APCR, which is not the Pramo, may I remind you. Okay, no wait, so like, the Sheridan does kill the Progetto, and the Kragwagon finishes off the E100, but I mean, still, if I was dead, those guys could have probably killed the Sheridan, and even flanked the Kragwagon. But then again, they would not kill the Kragwagon, because the Kragwagon got the Heavy's HP buff. No wait, it never got Heavy's HP buff, because it was already implemented with the Heavy's HP buff. But you get the point. This should be a Kolobanov's for the Vickers, maybe. Like, I got the T62A, Vickers would get then the Sheridan, and he would finish off the Kragwagon. I would be dead by that point, obviously. I didn't say that I would be dead, but yeah, I would be dead at that point. But then, again, due to the Heavy's HP buff, I never was killed. Anyways, on to the next problem. Next up, we have underperforming premium tanks. Premium and collector. Well, any tank that you pay money, essentially. So for these tanks, you mostly have old tanks. Usually the tanks that Wargaming introduces are either broken or overpowered, or some are average, like when the... what was its name? The Eagle 7. Yeah, the Eagle 7 initially had some good armor, if I'm not mistaken, but now it's just eh. But yeah, overall we have underperforming premiums, and of course we have the IS-5 as the great example. The IS-5 back then, if I'm not mistaken, I don't exactly know. From what I know, it had some good armor, but I'm not 100% sure. So if I'm saying anything wrong, please let me know in the comments. But from what I know, When the IS-5 was introduced, it had some pretty decent armor. The gun was inaccurate, but that was like the cost for the good armor and decent mobility that it had. Nowadays, the armor is just and the gun isn't anywhere near accurate. You're about to see the worst shot that the IS-5 could ever pull off. Just look at this. Kaboom. Yeah, the shot literally, and I don't even have any words. The shot literally went under his turret. That's how inaccurate the IS-5 is. That would be an easy kill. But due to this tank's inaccuracy, yeah. The biggest example that the community wants to see buffed is the KV-5. So overall, for that, we have the underperforming premiums. Now, the problem about this is that Wargaming really can't do anything about it. Why? Because Wargaming is a company. They aren't here to be a charity, they're here to make money. And if they buff these tanks that already most players have, nobody is really going to buy them. They'll just start playing them again, but they aren't really going to buy a lot of these tanks. So Wargaming is essentially doing everything they can to get as much money as they can. That's why we see a lot of tanks becoming bad, like the KPFZ 70 and the KV-5, etc. So yeah, that is another problem. And for last but not least, we have the poor maps. Because as you may have seen from one of my most recent videos, Wargaming is deciding to make a lot of maps asymmetrical, which makes a lot of spawns completely unfair. Like the one spawn on New Bay, where you can just snipe the enemy heavy tanks without those heavy tanks having a lot of cover. So those heavy tanks have two choices: to either try to run in to engage the other enemy heavy tanks, or they can just stay back and try to camp while the enemy light tanks or mediums flank them. So overall, that map is very unfair. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.